No show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, recants a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common Man, Common Man. Challenge the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Yes! Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello?
Rising up, straight to the top. Got a passion for glory. See the distance, now I'm back on my feet. And his man and his will to strive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of life. Rising up to the challenge, marvel. And the rest of survivors, it's the fay and the fight. Rising up to the star with the eye of the tiger. Now what do you think? What do you think of that?
You're breaking up, Bob.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I always love that one. Boy, how disappointing is that? Let's go.
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, hold on.
That was probably Zimmer being Zimmer.
I'm going to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
Sometimes when you practice, you'll set up chairs. You know, and you run through chairs just to show zones and stuff. The Viking defense looks like it's chairs.
He's the clown from Brown. He's the fourth in the North. This is the Common Man, Dan Cole.
Lips attached. Neumann. Back. I'm Common East Tennessee. Everybody has different problems or situations, issues they have to deal with. Like, for instance, I would assume many of our listeners are concerned if Kyler Murray goes down, what are we going to do for a backup quarterback? Others are wondering, are the Wild going to be able to acquire Dylan Larkin, and will they be able to sign Quinn Asota? Can the Twins somehow turn it around after the debacle against San Diego? Will the Lynx, do you like parades? Will we have a parade route? And will the Minnesota Timberwolves be able to find a power forward now that Nas and Julius Randle are gone? My biggest concern is, can I get to the bathroom on the 4th or 6th floor in enough time to get back before the break is over?
I always love that one.
The renovation has begun. I went to the bathroom, and I was hoping, hey, it's Common. What do you think? For old time's sake, not a chance. They're shut down for 2 weeks. The only good thing is we're only here for 3 days.
Yeah.
So you know what? I thought about this. Do I have practices at the fair? There used to be that bathroom. For those of you who don't know, I'm Common, he's Tenneby. I'm a radio dinosaur. He's an interim producer. By the way, it seems like, you know, I don't really think you love the Tenneby moniker. I got a better one for you. How about Sludge? Should we just start calling you sludge? Because I really like that.
How about filth?
Maybe filth.
What about meat sauce?
How about meat sauce? He's a... Man, if I golfed like him, I wouldn't. I fixed him, though, again. At least temporarily. Well, not like you fix a dog. I mean, I'm talking about... When he brings the club back, he immediately begins to wrap it around his ample waist. And it's like, dude, you got to bring that club straight back as far as you can. Took till the 17th hole at the King and the Queen. He pulled it until I finally told him. I said, just bring that straight back as far as you can and then make your turn. He did it. He pounded it down the right side of the fairway. His best drive of the day. Just absolutely scorched it. I should be giving golf lessons is what I should do. I got one for you, Tenneby.
What's that?
Take 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And quit. Well, I can at least cut 5 shots off your next round. Skip the first par 3 you come to. Hey-oh, I played okay today. Loggers Trail 80. 2 doubles. My problem is I can't avoid double bogeys anymore. Used to be a time I could go all week and never have a double bogey. Bunch of bogeys. I'm not suggesting I had an experience that is unlike that is not unlike that of a PGA Tour pro. That doesn't happen very often. But I had 2 doubles today with an 80. So that was solid golf. It was all right. But I have practiced, Tenneby, because, at the state fair, I think people know where we're located. We're smack dab in the middle, pretty much in the middle of the state fairgrounds. We're at Carousel Park in the shadows of the grandstand. And the ramp leading up to the grandstand is just to our left. They used to have a bathroom there, but it got condemned. It was as rank as...
It was awful.
It was worse than even the bathrooms at Lambeau Field. And that's saying something.
So bad that they said, we're not going to renovate this. We're just going to shut it down.
They just shut them right down.
Yeah.
And they did, but that was an easy way to use the restroom. The only thing is everybody knew what you were doing. This whole common's going to the restroom because you walk in there and go to the restroom. Floors just soaking wet with urine. Sinks that hadn't been, I'm sure they take a damp cloth on them once in a while, but because of all the years of grease and dirt, they were just brown.
How about like the urinal dividers, that were basically all rusted out from all the splashback they've received? Oh.
They were rusted out. That would be torture. Making somebody say, this is what you'll do. You think you're only going to give us name, rank, and serial number? Drink out of the urinal. Ugh. That'd make you give up state secrets for that, man. But now I have to make a sprint because there are several different baths. I can go to the ones by the big slide. That's a little further away, but that's less busy.
Don't tell people about that one.
Oh, sorry about that.
I like having that one to ourselves.
Yeah, then there's the one in the grandstand. That's a little busier, but that's not bad. I used to go to the one right directly behind us over by the place.
That was always busy.
Yeah, where there's a band playing. Oh, sometimes there's a long line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't trust.
Yeah.
There can be traffic over there.
Yeah, lots of traffic. A lot of people are urinating over there. A lot of people like that in the restroom. So I guess I'm used to the sprint, so I think I'll make it. But I went to, just before I went on the air, I went to the restroom on the 4th floor because our choices are 4th floor, 6th floor, or all the way down into the lobby. 4th floor restroom's nicer than
I was going to say, I went down there today as well.
Granite countertops.
How come they got nicer stuff?
Nice. Oh, and they got this solid stainless steel partitions.
Yeah.
Oh, it's much better than ours. I can see why they're renovating ours. I didn't think there was anything that was that wrong with it, really. Didn't think it was that bad. Now you can see, other than it seemed like about every other week, one of the urinals would break down. They put a sign, then it would take them a while to get to it, and it would have that porta potty smell. But
I like that they had to put a sign up that said, "Don't put the toilet rolls down."
Think about
down
that.
the toilet.
So somebody
was children working.
Who would do that? It's a sick person would do something. Somebody that's sick would probably have to do that. I actually like the way JJ played. I like 9. I'm just kidding. He would be a good relief pitcher because he throws the ball as hard as he possibly can. The Twins should have him for their closer.
A little inaccurate, but...
Well, yeah, matter of fact, he'd throw it over the catcher's head every time. That's the only problem. He'd throw it into the backstop. Yeah, it's... And then you watch the Huntley guy. I tweeted this. I don't tweet very often anymore. I watch part of the game. Until I couldn't take it anymore. Because, again, I'm staring at the TV going, why am I watching a preseason football game? Why aren't I outside? For people that don't like the really hot weather, that hot, sticky, humid 90-degree weather, next time it gets to that temperature, go outside, close your eyes, and think about January 20th. Unless you're one of those people, I don't like winter activities. I don't mind blowing snow, but after that, I don't ice fish. Snowmobiling's okay, but I don't want to own one.
Also doesn't really work well when you're in a posh and Tony Woodbury neighborhood. Yeah,
that's the thing. Well, in Woodbury, you can still, some suburbs will not let you ride their, we can ride snowmobiles in Woodbury still. So you can, but it doesn't make any sense. The thing is, when I go snowmobiling, I'll go up and, I'll go up to Brainerd. And I prefer getting out on the lake or the Paul Bunyan Trail because it's just flat.
Yeah.
You can just open it up a little bit. Going on the snowmobile trailers, you're just bouncing around like that. Your insides, your kidney and your liver and your gallbladder, and what's that thing they take out that you never need anymore? It's that's that chunk of flesh in there that appendix.
Yeah. Your Corey Roofs.
Well, yeah, you're all bounced around in there. Just boom, boom, boom. I'd rather just get it out on Gall and just get it out on the or get it out on the Paul Bunyan Trail. It's the old railroad track system, right? That doesn't exist anymore. It's either for running, cycling, or snowmobiling. And the way it's groomed, oh, you can drive it like you ain't got a dime in it. There are old snowmobile drivers and there are bold snowmobile drivers, but I ain't no old, bold snowmobile drivers. I weigh about $150 and it's all on my right thumb. So I don't do any winter activities. Sorry, I don't want to. I'd bring on the heat. But I do like the fact that it looks like it's going to be the weather, at least for this week's perfect for the state fair. I don't think the humidity is going to be up. I think there's going to be mid to upper 70s.
That sounds like great not having canopy weather.
Yes, it does sound like.
You actually want the sun.
Tennessee, what would you rather do, though? 12 noon at the State Fair, or 12 noon at Loggers Trail, or Prestwick, or some other nice Bosch and Tony golf course?
There's not much of a debate there.
I wish you would have been. You weren't able to play Sunday. That would have been a threesome, you and Meat Sauce. We played at about the pace of a threesome because of Meat Sauce. He plays he's first tee, he put 2 balls in the drink. He's already 2 balls out already. And I looked at him and I said, don't you have any Kirkies? He goes, what do you mean? I go, well, Kirkland's. Because I'll tell you, the Kirkland's go for about $1 a ball at Costco. He's playing Pro V1s that go for $5.50 a ball. And I tried to explain to him, this is signed, go test it yourself. Go down to the water and drop a $1 Kirky in a $5.50 Titleist Pro V1 and drop them into the pond on the left on one. They'll both sink to the bottom of the pond at the same rate of speed. Just a lot less money. We'll break. We'll come back. It'll be Peek at the Purple and much more to get to. We're on the Common Man program on the Fan.
The Common Man.
Don't take anything I say on this show literally.
KFAN welcomes some great shows at Treasure Island this year, including Snoop Dogg.
It's what I like about you.
On September 5th, and Ron White.
Take me on, take on me.
October 17th. Get the complete details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
A couple 13-14 past. Peek at the Purple brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. Hey, what do you think of this, Tennessee? I'm adding sound effects to Affordable Electric. Hold on. Flag on the play. That sounds like a woman screaming in a horror movie, doesn't it? That doesn't sound like a referee's whistle. Try that again. You like that? That sounds like a bird of some sort.
It's not a great whistle.
And that sounds like a woman screaming in a horror movie. That is a bird being squished. Those aren't referees' whistles. That one hurt.
That's a little better.
That's a little bit better. There's a flag on the play. Doing a football theme with the football season. I'm a great commercial copywriter. Flickering lights, tripping breakers, dead outlets. Don't let electrical problems ruin game day for you. Affordable Electric can put those electrical problems on the sidelines. Do you like what I'm doing here, Tennessee? For limited time, save $50 on electrical work of $375 or more. 612-331-VOLT or skip the call and book online anytime at Affordable-Electric. affordable-electric.com. Affordable Electric, your hometown electrical team, keeping the Twin Cities powered on game day and every day. For being at the Purple Tenby, I watched, and it is uncanny. Did you see the Huntley character for the Ravens? You see him put a little touch on a ball when he just kind of throws a nice little ball right over a defender that's in front of the receiver. The receiver gets it. It doesn't go too far that the defender that's behind the receiver. And it was a completion. It was a first down. It was a nice little throw. JJ throws it absolutely as hard as he possibly can. Has he always done that? Was he doing that at Michigan? Did he do that at the IMG Academy as well?
And that was the bizarre thing is, I'm sure he's been told that a million times. This is what you need to work on, because it was brought up endlessly last season. And I would have assumed after an off season that he would have worked on that, and apparently he hasn't.
The one thing, the only out I'll give him, Tenby, and I don't like to use myself as a comparison or as an analogy or as an example. I don't even like talking about myself. You know that. But like in golf, even though you know not to do something, I've been doing it for 30 years. Like I don't make a big enough turn, or I don't set my wrist at the top, or I lean toward the target. And it's like, I know not to do that, but I do it anyway. So I think maybe that's his issue. He's like me, which isn't a good thing.
It's not exactly an endorsement of J.J. McCarthy moving forward.
It's not at all.
Comparing him to your golf game.
And my gosh, it's like we said, he'd be better off as a closer, but he's got no control either. He's like, I think I've told this story once. Back in my at Kennedy Park, in Pee-wees and Ponies. If you couldn't make Little League, I never did. You had tryouts, I couldn't make it. Wasn't good enough, right? So you go to Sand Creek Park tryout, I'd make it. So then you'd end up playing in the neighborhood. And every single park in town had a team. There was Kennedy Park, there was Proctor Park, Woodcrest Park. I don't know, there was 8, 10, 12. I think Northdale had a team. You all had a team, and then you would, once a week you'd play, and a bus would come, and you'd either play, if you had a road game, otherwise they'd bus in the home game. And we had a guy named Pat Block Brothers, and he had glasses like Coke bottles, right? The lenses were just like the bottom of Coke bottles. And Pat was legendary. He was infamous all across the Twin Cities, or the Coon Rapids area, because he could throw it literally like Randy Johnson speed-wise, but he had no idea where he was going. So when the other teams would play us, they're just cowering there. They're just like this. They're just waiting to bail out. And sure enough, he'd throw it. He's not trying to brush him back. He just had no control over the ball. He probably shouldn't even have been pitching. It was almost like, it's like the Coon Rapids Athletic Association should have stepped in and said, "Look, you can't pitch. It's a dangerous weapon." It's like somebody. What would the comparison I'd use? It's like having a car going at breakneck speeds with nobody behind the wheel. It's dangerous to society. But that's the issue there, and it's kind of unfortunate because he seems like a good kid. What really kind of annoyed me was, and I shouldn't say it annoyed me, but I kind of rolled my eyes, shrugged my shoulders, and shook my head. Who's the sideline gal? Well, I can't remember her name, and I apologize. I'm not.
Tatum Everett?
Tatum Everett. So there was a point there. I don't know if you saw this or heard it. Tatum's going, "Hey, coach." They went down to the sideline, and he walked away from her. I think he was avoiding her. He didn't want to talk because he knew the questions were going to be about JJ, and he was literally awful. But he did the old coach thing where he said, "Well, he had one really great throw down the sideline." No, that wasn't a great throw. That was just, you're supposed to hit that guy in stride and maybe a back shoulder throw, whatever the pros call it. It was a 50-50 ball, and was it Ty Felton? Is that who called it?
Ty Felton got that one, yeah.
And that was just he just outmaneuvered the guy for the ball. That wasn't a good throw.
I will say, to give JJ some credit, that one, because I know he hasn't set the bar exactly too high. I've seen a JJ through the preseason where in joint practice who's just like panicking in the pocket.
Yeah, that's true.
And on that one, he had the proper pocket presence, knew when to step up, knew where to step up before he delivered the ball. So I'll give him a little bit of credit that he put himself in a position to at least get the ball off.
Yeah,
his feet and his eyes and her feet were they aligned? They were aligned.
His arm wasn't, because the ball didn't go where it was supposed to. But at least I think maybe that's the next step: feet, eyes, and then arm align. You got to align all three. I don't think he had his. I don't think he really had that all aligned. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see what the Greek kid did for Washington? The Calic Manis guy. He was in our backyard the whole time. We didn't need him. The Gophers didn't need him. The Vikings didn't need him. Tennessee, he was carving up the Detroit Lions in a 17.
I didn't even know he was in the league.
Yes, he's in the league. Listen to these numbers. Where's
he playing for?
He's playing for Washington.
Okay.
What the hell is the box score for that? I had it here. I can't find it now. Washington, here. See if you can find it before I can. It's like a race to see it. Washington Commanders box score. Last game. So here it is. Okay, how about this? Player stats. Callie McManus, 11 for 14 for 162 yards, no tutties, no ints. He could start for us. Tennessee, your choice. Week 1 against Green Bay, Kyler Murray or Kyle Murphy. Your choice. Kyler Murray, Kyle Murphy, or the Greek kid, Callie McManus. I'd take the Callie
Kyle
McManus.
Murphy sounds good, but yeah.
Yeah. I like the Callie McManus character. Of course, he was carving up Detroit, which...
Is it like fourth teamers against fourth teamers?
Yeah, I guess, probably. But still, kid's making a name for himself.
PJ doubted him.
And Rosen loved him. Remember, Rosen was the guy that Rosen saw him before anybody else.
You know who else loved him?
Who?
Dave Schwartz was the one nominated for preposterous statement when he basically said he compared him to Pat Mahomes.
Well, when's your apology to Dave Schwartz for putting him in the preposterous statement tournament? He was right. At least he looked like that against the four stringers for Detroit. The Greek kid. Remember, that's what Rosen is when he couldn't pronounce the name? He was having trouble with the linebackers coach. Did you see when he was trying to say his name?
Yes.
And he was just kind of, and then finally, he just said, "Call me Swerve." That's what everybody else calls me. Swerve.
Sounds a lot cooler.
It does sound cooler too. And this is how little I know. So Swerve said he wants to play golf. He's got a 16-year-old kid. So you were out on Sunday. So I thought, hey, I'll invite Swerve because he said he wanted to play golf. Swerve and his son. We'll bring him out to the club. And I text time for two more. I say, hey, let's Swerve, see if he can play. And of course, well, I should have known. Well, Hagan goes back. He goes, well, they're in the building all day Sunday after the game, right? Day after the game.
You're going to have to wait till like next, May and June.
But I would have thought early game, 3 o'clock, knock off, go play golf. But apparently not. They take football more seriously than I take my job. So I was gonna go play with Swerve. Now, of course, you know what the danger of that is, Tennessee? Anytime the Vikings' defense was bad, I would never blame the linebackers. Oh, not the linebackers. Certainly not the inside linebackers. They're coached really well.
How good was Cashman in that game?
Yeah, how good was Cashman? It's the inside linebackers seem like they've been really coached well. That's the danger of becoming buddies, golfing with pro athletes. We'll break. We'll come back. Peek at the Purple, brought to you by Affordable Electric. Get into the game. Get into affordable-electric.com. For a limited time, save $50 on electrical work if it's $375 or more. So you save $50, which is nice. That'll get you a box of Pro V1. You can give them to meet some. Or Syndicate. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this. Here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
The Common Man. They are so good at just creating.
By Mesh, Besher, and Spence. And it starts this Thursday for live shows, brand new KFAN gear, and a free original chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A with every purchase while supplies last. Details at KFAN.com/fair.
Tennessee would have his chicken sandwich without the pickle.
Correct.
And then I would take his pickle. So he'd have...
Well, they can't never put it on to begin with.
Yeah, that's true, because that pickle juice will leak into the bread.
Not going to work.
Once again, Tennessee, you've gone above and beyond the call of duty. This Thursday, nothing extra special. 5 questions at 1 and then Rosen at 2. But Friday, Lil B, Feminine Touch the program, as always, joins us at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, baby.
And then 1:30, how about this? JG and Max in for program password.
Oh, boy.
You know, the heavy hitters coming in. And then, are we going to do the sack race that day or not? There's a question mark after sack race.
Yeah, I'm just deciding what days to do it.
Yeah.
You know, do we have Rubes do it? Do we try to do, you versus JG and Max? Can I get them to stay another 15 minutes? I don't know.
Well, let's discuss it. And it's fun to keep everybody guessing because it's not the Power Trip morning show. I know that, but
I'm just hoping at that time, it's usually when password ends, all the people bail out for a little bit.
Oh, maybe this might keep them.
And then they come back for Mouth Guitar Guy, but there's like a 30-minute stretch there where,
right.
It looks like it's, middle of the fourth quarter, the Vikings versus Ravens, and people are just exiting the stadium.
Middle of the fourth quarter. Sometimes middle of the first. Wait, no, hold on. I like parades. Vikings are going to win it all. I think they're going to be really good this year. Just ask Barney. Speaking of Barney, somebody sent this text message to me at the Brad Sean Brian KFAN text line. Reads as follows. It says, you should have heard Barney this morning with the quote, someone needs to explain to me all the JJ hate.
I would say, did you see him play?
Yeah, I guess I can try to explain it. I do think there are people that get really bitter. I suppose online it gets really vile.
That's both ways, yeah.
With the criticism. I would never give out. I mean, the kid's trying. It's not like he's intentionally trying to overthrow people. It's not his. Look, if you're annoyed with JJ being the 10th pick overall and playing like he did, blame the organization. They're the ones that selected him. They knew what they got. They watched him play. They're the ones that selected him and thought they could mold him and shape. Bend me, shape me any way you want to. As long as you love me, it's all right. You know who did that song, Tennessee?
Archie's?
No, Jay and the Americans.
Oh.
It's actually a really good song. It's a good drum song too. It goes, bend me, it's all right. Well, it's better than that. The drumming, I did it on the countertop. It didn't work out really. Countertop drummer. I don't think there should be hatred. You could say you're just disappointed that it hasn't worked out. And again, it's hard to say it's still early. I don't know how much rope they will give him, how long of a leash. But I do think if the Green Bay game was this Sunday, and we have one more preseason game before the season, do they put an extra week now also between the final preseason game and the opening game? Or do they do it right away? Because didn't they do that last year? Isn't it like they have a full, if they, like the last preseason game is on a Saturday, then it's not the following weekend, it's the weekend after that.
Because they avoid Labor Day weekend.
Okay. But let's just say next week was the Green Bay game. And if Murray went down, they're putting Wentz in the game, right? I mean, there's no question.
That's what I would do.
I mean, I think they would. I'd start Wentz. I'll tell you. I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
If you started Carson Wentz for the first 6 games, the Vikings would go 5-1. So, anyway. Monday is Ben Lieber. It was really interesting. It was trending. Ben and I seemed to have a pretty good vibe. It was trending toward he would come on once a year. Then it was twice. Then we're going to move it to 3 times a year. Now it's kind of gone backwards. I think Ben, you know what? Do you think he's big time in us, Tennessee? I mean, because back in the day, he was basically Ben Lieber sideline reporter. That's all he had going for him. Washed up linebacker, retired, looking for something to do, kicking the tires on broadcasting. Then all of a sudden, kind of gets his feet wet there. Next thing you know, Tennessee, he's doing analysis work and sideline work on college football on national television. Then all of a sudden, he gets the Steve part of the Steve and Sharon show. Channel is it 5 or 11 that he's on?
5.
Yeah, he's got the recipe show at 3:00. So now he's a TV star. You see his commercial for a Lifetime? Have you seen it on TV?
Yes, well, they play it nonstop on the broadcast.
It's just And I love the way they do it's kind of slow motion, and it speeds up real quick. And he's working hard. I break a sweat just watching him work out. I don't know how does he do that? You work out that hard, Tenneby? Do you work out at all?
Not as much as I would like to, no. I play hockey once a week. That's my workout.
That's it? No lifting?
I think once the kids get older, I would like to get back to trying to lift some weight, trying to exercise a little bit.
Well, you'll be 60 by then, won't you?
Well, that would be 14 years from now. I don't think I need to wait. I'm not talking about the getting out of the house old. I'm talking about I don't have to take care of them. I still have a 6-year-old that needs help in the morning.
My kids are out of the house now. Deuce moved out yesterday. I helped him load the U-Haul. He didn't have much. He doesn't have much to his name. It was a bed. He doesn't want the dresser. I don't need that. I got a big closet with a lot of shelf space on it. Well, dude, you should have a dresser. No, I don't need one. Okay. I did convince him to take the end table. And then I said, well, do you guys have a lamp for the house? No. Well, you got to have a lamp. You got to be cold lamping. Don't you understand? Then there was, I told you about the Davenport, the sofa, the couch debacle at our house when one of his roommates was able to get his uncle to give him a couch. Pretty good shape, too, right? Not like the one you were trying to sell online. Maybe it was the same one. I don't know. What color was yours? This was brown.
Mine was brown, yeah.
This might be the one that they might have your couch now. And we tore a huge rip into the screen. I heard something rip as we were trying to get it in the front door to store it till they moved in. And I stopped. I said, you know how they have that little material at the bottom of the couch, right? If you took, underneath the couch, you got that thin little material. And I said, and I was hoping it was. I go, was that the material that was started? He goes, no, that was your screen door. So I've got a huge gaping hole in my screen, in my front door. Just a huge, and I got to get it repaired, which I will, but, I don't like to rush into anything. I'll probably do it just before I move. But yeah, Deuce, where you rented the U-Haul, I'm a Tetris packer. Is that what that's called, Tetris? I'm so good at it. Those two guys had no idea how to get everything. I was able to get everything he needed to get into that small U-Haul, and there was still room to stuff like a dead body. And they killed somebody. You could still, he's moved in now. He's out of the house. Gone. And then baby brother Peter left Friday afternoon for Columbus. And then he's coming back for 2 months. 2 months after he graduates. And then he starts his job in San Francisco in July. And so we're empty nest, and Mom's taking it hard. I'm relieved. I got my dining room back. Pete comes back from Ohio State. Just start. I don't ever remember being like they are. I told you what they say to me when they throw stuff on the living room floor, like clothes or whatever. And I go, why do you just throw it there? Then they go, well, because then I'll remember where it is when I need it. That was their logic.
Pretty good logic.
Well, yeah, they think it's funny. Driving me crazy. My place looks like a bachelor's pad. It's just disaster. Now I can...
In their defense, they have a father who misplaces things all the time. So that logic makes sense. If I'm just going to throw it right in the middle, then I won't forget it. I won't lose it.
I guess you're right there. You got me there. But now I actually realized I have a dining room table again. There it is. Before it was a clothes hanger. Things stacked on it. And then the man grotto, Deuce is out of there. Then he stole some of my artwork. I go, so you're going to hang, because he had some other paintings that he'd taken to Lincoln, right? And I go, so are you hanging stuff up at your place? He goes, yeah, I already did that the other day. I go, oh, yeah, what'd you hang? He goes, well, the Pink Floyd and the Fraser Ali paintings. Well, those are mine. My oldest nephew, Alex Cole Jr., is an artist. He did those for me. They're not yours. Oh, sorry. He goes, well, you just got them sitting on the floor. Well, it's because I haven't had a chance to hang them up yet. I don't have much wall space anymore.
You're busy, too, with all the time.
I got.
With all the golfing you're doing, you don't have time to be hanging that up.
I don't have time. I'm afraid to put a nail in the wall anyways. Do you hang paintings? Do you just put a little tiny tack in there, or do you put the anchors in there? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen
I guess it would depend on the size of the painting, probably.
My fear of hanging stuff is then when you're going to sell the house, do you have to repair all those holes, or do you just tell them it's as is, man? Take it or leave it. I guess better ask Pomerleau team; they'll tell me. So they're out of the house. I don't know what to do. My wife's beside herself. I'm not saying I don't. Look, if they could stay there as long as they want, it doesn't bother me. But I kind of like having my house back to myself again. It's quieter. I'm not hearing in the office. I can just, usually, all I hear out of the office is, dude, bro, dude, bro. They're playing video games. Deuce. Dude, bro, dude, look out, dude, bro. I don't have any more dude, bro anymore. He said he will come and visit, though, to watch Kitties games. We're gonna watch Lions games. And we'll see him, I guess, once a week. But you know what? Eventually that'll be, Key, see you later. Can I have them, please? I'd like to come over for the game, Dad, but I got something going on. Go with my buddies. We're going to go watch a game somewhere. Sorry, Dad. It's okay. I'll make it. Anything else from the game that you saw that was, when
the starters are out from the get-go, it's obviously we've got a heightened sense of the quarterback position because a guy who technically was competing for your number one job gets the start, so now he gets to play. And I'm with probably some of the listeners and what you were saying earlier about I wanted to see if Carson Wentz is going to outplay J.J. McCarthy again because I thought he did in the first preseason game.
Right.
And I know from a scoring standpoint, you didn't necessarily see him outplay. He just looked different, though. He looks more composed. He looks like he's making the right plays.
Yep.
J.J., we saw him throw the pick six in the joint practice. You cannot trust him in the pocket right now.
No.
And he might make a good play. He might make a couple good plays. But in terms of a ball security, which is kind of what you want in a backup quarterback, I don't know how a coach can just trust what he's going to be doing back there unless you're trying to just dumb it down and simplify it as much as possible.
Yeah. And I understand, I guess, the angst of Vikings fans because, you were hoping you and I have discussed this on a number of occasions for years. We've never had we had Tarkenton, and then I guess Culpepper, qualifies as a franchise quarterback. I don't remember how many years he was here. Was it 6, 8? And I think he had 1 or 2 Pro Bowl seasons. He was good, but he was, so you thought, but never that Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Brett Favre kind of a guy. You never had a guy that you just know the quarterback situation's in great hands week after week after week, year after year after year, and you were hoping this was going to be the one, especially when you got quarterback whisperer there. You're thinking, well, it's all, and after they drafted him, they had high praise for him, which you would expect. I don't know how much of it is where they really believed he could be a franchise quarterback, or was that's what we got to sell. We got to sell hope. Got to tell people. We know he wasn't their first choice. It was the guy that's playing for Washington, right? And Drake May, is that who's playing, or is he playing for New England?
Drake May plays for New England.
Yeah,
Jane Daniels is for Washington.
Yeah, but May was the guy we wanted, right?
Yes, that we were reportedly made an offer to, like 3 first-round picks to move up, which would have been the right move.
And they refused the 3. And I guess I said they're not. If you really truly believe you have a quarterback that could be a franchise quarterback, 3 first rounds, why? You keep your quarterback. I mean, 3 first rounders, that's a lot of that's a haul. But and obviously New England made the right choice. It looks like so far. I mean, the kid.
And when the Rams gave up 3 1s for Matthew Stafford, it was the right move.
And they won a big game in New England.
Even though Jared Goff has turned out quite well, it's still the right move for them.
And New England got to the big game last year. Right?
They did, yes.
So, who's our last preseason game against?
Denver, this Friday night, 8 o'clock start.
No! Guess you're out for early Saturday morning golf then.
I will not be golfing early Saturday morning, no.
It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
So, then Tuesday, I've had a lot of questions about when is KFAN Jeopardy. Well, be still your beating heart. The Jeopardy will be on Tuesday, September 1st.
Oh my gosh, you are above average at that.
Oh, and meat sauce. I should mention on Monday, meat sauce is coming in after Lieber.
Yes.
It'll be Lieber than meat sauce. Lieber opening for meat sauce.
Huh?
And then meat sauce is going to play toddler golf. It was funny you asked him, what would you rather do? Would you rather participate in the sack race or toddler golf? Oh, I'd rather do toddler golf.
Well, yeah.
But what would have been more entertaining for the audience? Sack race.
Probably, yeah.
Meat sauce inside a burlap bag. Oh, just the thought of it makes me laugh. So Jeopardy on Tuesday. And Wednesday, Brian Oak in for Rock Talk. And then he's going to hang around and we're going to do Name That Tune.
Pre-1990, Name That Tune.
Yes, thankfully. Yeah, you can mix in a few 80s.
Well, there's plenty of 80s, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that I even know. I mean, I even know some 80s. And then someone asked when Russo was going to be in, and Russo will be there on Thursday from 1 until 2, right?
It's usually when he's like on all 3 shows, too.
Yeah.
He'll show up with PA, then with us, then with Burrow.
Because, you know what somebody said? Somebody sent me a
birds,
text,
one
man.
stone.
Yeah, right. 3 birds, one get in, get out. It's like a hat trick. It's the equivalent of a hockey hat trick. Somebody said, it's good to know when he's going to be on. I might bring some cookies. So somebody's going to bring cookies. Does Russo like, I know he likes coffee.
I mean, who doesn't like cookies?
I was telling, who did I tell? Might have been Maury Amsterdam guy was saying, when Russo comes in, it's the best of both worlds for me. I'll ask some silly, stupid question at the beginning, then turn it over to Teneby, and then they just talk for an hour about hockey. And I don't have anything to do. I just sit there and eat, just look around and chime in with something stupid again, which I'm good at. And then we go back, and so you guys will talk a lot of hockey. And really...
Hopefully, I mean, the way it's going with Wild News as of the last month and a half, there might not be much to talk about.
Season starts in early October, right?
Very early October.
Wow. And they added 2 games?
Yeah, 84-game schedule now.
I know, we all know why. It's money-wise, but it's like, gosh, isn't 82 enough?
Yep.
I think it's plenty. Even baseball 162 is nuts, but football, I guess it's 17 is about it, but they're going to add another one, right? Eventually. There's going to go to 18.
Course, yes.
They'll eliminate a preseason, but they're going to go to 18. Eventually, they'll get to 20.
Yep.
And then they'll have a team in Spain, Blaine, Chaska, Alaska, China, Edina. The Moon.
Yeah.
Fargo and Key Largo. I'd go to a pro game maybe at Fargo. It's only about a 3-hour drive, 4-hour drive. How far is it? I should know how far it is at Fargo. I was going up there all the time to go see my dad as he was withering away. God rest his soul. Do you believe that? Do you ever dream about people that have passed away? My wife tells me there are some dream analysts that think if you dream about a loved one that's passed away, that's them making a visit to you.
Yeah.
I'd like to believe it. I don't know if it's true, because I will occasionally...
What if they're being Richards, though, in your dreams?
Yeah. Usually not. Usually, I will occasionally dream about my mother and my father. They're in separate dreams, or they were separated and divorced, so I guess that's probably why. They're never in the same dream. But that's neither here nor there. What is break time. Oh, says, speaking of sausage, you see his new commercial. He's in the Liberty commercial. They didn't need a costume or anything. He's the emu guy. Hey-o! And then here's one more. Answer my question, please. Does an elevated scrotum give you an unfair advantage in the sack race? I see what you did there. We won't have a referee checking to see if my scrotum's elevated. Sorry. We're not going to do that.
Are you going to race?
I might at least give a demonstration.
I think you should give a demonstration. We need your play-by-play talents.
Yeah. Think about this. The last time I ever did the sack race, I won Adams School 6th grade track and field day. Got a blue ribbon. Still have it. That's the last time I retired on top. I was like Elway. Didn't Peyton Manning go out on top too? Didn't he?
Yes.
That's what I did. I just went on, unlike Favre, who went out unconscious, flat on his back on the frozen tundra of Curly. No, on the frozen tundra of Huntington. No, it wasn't even Huntington Bank.
TCF Bank.
At TCF Bank Stadium. Doesn't have the alliteration as the frozen tundra of Curly Lambeau Field. The frozen tundra of TCF Bank Stadium. It just doesn't sound the same. It's not as good, not as dramatic. If I were to get knocked out, unconscious, for my career, I'd rather be on the frozen tundra of Curly Lambeau than TCF Bank Stadium.
Correct.
Just, why wouldn't you? When we come back, it'll be 5-3-4. Tenny, you got a tease, please?
Yeah, they brought out the brooms in San Diego.
The Common Man. He knows what he's